Right, so we've got to find the exact value of k here. So it shows us this circle and it gives us some information. So if you look at the circle, I think we can see that the radius is going to actually be 4, and this distance from where the tangent here touches the circle to the origin is 6 root 5. And it tells us the coordinates of Q are 11k. So in other words, we know that the x coordinate is 11, but we don't know the k coordinate yet. Right, so find the exact value of k. Well, to do this, I think what we've got to use is the fact that the tangent here at t will be at right angles to the radius, which goes from Q to P. If I then draw another line in, then we've got a triangle there, look, and what we can do is we can say, right, if we look at this triangle, then using Pythagoras, so using Pythagoras on the right angle triangle OTQ gives us that 4 squared plus 6 root 5 squared must equal OQ squared. Okay, now 4 squared is 16. 6 root 5 squared, well 6 squared is 36, and root 5 squared is obviously just 5. Now what's happening with OQ? Well, if we look at OQ, how do you find the length of a line? Well, what we do, we look at the difference between the x and the y coordinates of O and Q, and we square them and add them. Or another way to do it is to think about it as if we're just making another right angle triangle. So we can just imagine it like this. Look, if we've got a line going down there, I haven't done that very well, but I'll just do it like that. Right, we've got a line there and we've got a line there. Then you know that this is a right angle, so you know that this distance here is 11, and you know that this distance here is k. So what we can do is we know that OQ squared is just going to be 11 squared plus k squared. So 11 squared plus k squared. And can you see what's going to happen? If we expand this out, we're going to end up with a quadratic equation for Q. And we know that K has got to be, sorry, a quadratic equation for K, and we know that K has got to be positive. So if there's a negative answer there, we can just ignore it. So 16 plus 36 times 5 is, I think, 180, equals 121 plus K squared. In other words, k squared equals 196 minus 121, which is 75. So k equals plus or minus root 75 equals, right, well, 75 is 25 times 3, but root 25 is 5. So it's plus or minus 5 root 3, but we know that k has got to be bigger than 0 because it tells us it's positive. So therefore k equals 5 root 3, and that's what it means when it says it wants the exact value. It doesn't want it written as a decimal, it wants it kept as a surd. Okay, and then part B, we need to find an equation for the circle. Well, if we know what the centre is, then we can write down straight away x minus 11 squared plus y minus, and we need the y coordinate of the centre, but we know that k is 5 root 3, so it's just y minus 5 root 3 squared equals the radius squared, but we know the radius is 4, so the radius squared is 16. And there we have an equation for the circle.